Do they think I've disappeared? Do they think I'm not working?
You step away from your desk, 20 minutes, maybe less. You make a cup of tea. You breathe. For a moment, you're just a human. And then you come back. And there it is, a message from someone senior sent while you were gone. And your stomach drops. Before you even read it properly, your mind is already running.
How long has this been sitting here? Do they think I've disappeared? Do they think I'm not working?
If you know that feeling, this one's for you. Because here's the thing, that panic isn't really about the message. It's about a belief sitting underneath it. The belief that says, I'm only safe if I'm always available. I've spent nearly 30 years in corporate change and transformation, and I've noticed that the corporate world runs on being available. And I'm telling you this not from a textbook, but because I felt it. This past week, all of those years, I still felt it. That fear doesn't leave with experience. It doesn't leave with seniority. So if you feel it too, you're in good company. And honestly, it's getting louder, not quieter. We work remotely now. People can't see us working. So we feel we have to prove it. Many of us are contractors or freelance or one restructure away from uncertainty. So being needed starts to feel like being safe. And the pace keeps accelerating. The messages never stop. The tools never sleep. So that belief, I have to be available to be okay. It has more fuel than it's ever had. Let me tell you what actually happened. So I was away from my desk. Someone senior had reached out, an unexpected earlier slot, and I missed it. And my body reacted before my brain did. Heart pounding, that hot exposed feeling. And the story started writing itself in seconds. I saw it late. They want me now. I'm not there. Maybe I look uncommitted. And I sat there, and honestly, I felt like I was in trouble, like a child who'd done something wrong. Now here's what I want you to notice. The reaction was huge. The actual event was small. And I thought maybe this is just me. So I asked. I put the question to a room of professionals live. When someone senior reaches for you and you weren't there, what's the very first feeling? And the answers came back fast. Panic. I go straight into panic mode. Exposed. Caught out. I'd be seen in a bad light. They'll think they can't count on me. I spiral. And then one that stopped me because it was almost word for word what I'd felt. It feels like I'm in trouble. So no, it isn't just me. And it isn't just you. This is one of the quietest, most common fears in professional life. We just don't say it out aloud. So let's separate two things. What actually happened and what the fear made it mean. The facts. I deliver, I go beyond what's asked, I work past my hours. Nothing was broken. It was an unexpected slot, not a missed commitment. Now I want to be honest about something because I'm a contractor. My client pays for my time. So yes, I should be available. That's the job. I'm not going to sit here and tell you to ignore the people who depend on you. But here's the distinction that changes everything. Being reliable and being reachable every second, that's not the same thing. Reliable means when I commit, I deliver. Reachable every second means I must be available every moment or something terrible happens. They pay for the first, The second one, that's fear talking. Nobody asked for my panic. They asked for my work. And do you know what happened with that senior in the end? When we finally spoke, they just wanted my help with something. That's all. The moment that was clear, my stress dropped. I spent hours on edge over a story I'd written in my own head. Now, when I shared this, someone asked a fair question. But what if the person I report to is actually difficult and they really do want to know exactly what I was doing? It's a real question, and here's my honest answer. A difficult senior is uncomfortable, but it still isn't an emergency. You can be away from your desk for 20 minutes and account for your time calmly, without an excuse and without the panic. Something as simple as, I was away from my desk and missed the earlier slot. I'm available now. That's it. Calm, true, no over-explaining. Their difficulty is theirs to manage. Your steadiness is yours, and a clear, steady answer disarms a difficult person far faster than a flustered one. And here's how I know this fear isn't really about being unavailable, because I make myself unavailable deliberately and on purpose. When I need to go and do deep work, I put my phone away. I put Do Not Disturb on in Teams. I disappear for an hour, sometimes more, and I feel no guilt at all because I'm doing deep work. But let me step away for 20 minutes for a cup of tea, and then I get a missed call, and suddenly it's as if I've done something wrong. Same unavailability, completely different feeling. So it was never really about being unavailable. It was about being caught off guard, about the gap I didn't choose. When I choose to step back, I call it focus. When it happens to me, I call it failure. Same 20 minutes, two completely different stories, and only one of them is true. Here's the uncomfortable part. I knew all of this already. I know my work speaks for me, and still I froze, because knowing something and then feeling it are not the same. The fear doesn't care what you know. And here's something I want to be honest about. That same drive, the one that makes the fear loud, is the same drive that makes you good at your job. The care, the going beyond, the wanting to do right by people. You don't get the strength without the sensitivity. So the goal was never to stop caring. It was to stop the caring from quietly taxing me. And during this incident, instead of spiraling or dragging up every past failure, I stopped and I asked myself one question. Why did this trigger me? I used AI to think it through calmly out loud, not to fix me, just to help me see it faster. The work was still mine to do. So if the fear is loud for you too, here's what to do with it. 3 steps, that's all. 1, notice it. The moment your body reacts, name it. This is fear, not fact. 2, choose a considered response, not a reaction. You can reply clearly, calmly, without over-explaining, without panic. 3, reframe it for next time. Ask yourself, what did this teach me about the story I tell myself? Notice, respond, reframe. That's the whole tool. But underneath the 3 steps, there's one shift, and it's the real work. Your worth is not your response time. It never was. It's the quality of what you bring, the consistency you've shown for years, the trust you've earned. Think about what the other belief has cost you, the dinners you were at but not really at, the weekends that was never quite yours, the holiday you couldn't switch off from. So you're allowed to step away from the desk. You're still doing the work. You're still committed. You're still you. We have one life. Work is a real part of it, but it was never meant to be the whole of it. If this one resonated with you, let me know in the comments below. New videos every Monday and Friday, and I'm live every Wednesday, 8 p.m. South African time for the Midweek Reboot. Subscribe so they find you. You were never the speed of your reply. You're the work you've done, the trust you've built, the years you've shown up. Step away when you need to. The work still speaks. And remember, you matter.